Hi, my name is Mr. Helland. As a teacher every day, I see the same thing. Maybe I teach a brilliant lesson on Monday, and by Friday, 70% of it's gone. Students cram sometimes before a test, but a week later they forget it. I try to intervene, try to reteach, try to figure out where the gaps are, but it takes a lot of data and it takes a lot of time. And as an English teacher, I got a lot on my load, a lot of essays to grade, and a lot of students. This room is packed most of the time. So by the time I get to John or Fernando, it's too late. They've moved on to the next thing and they're not paying attention anymore. So this is where I found both the science and the need for something I'm calling Vocabulous. It's not just a flashcard app, it's a full stack, science of learning based spaced retrieval system. Something explicitly designed to counter a forgetting curve, something that exists out there that fights against students every day in their experiences and their usage of social media and technology. So this app is hopefully designed to work into a modern classroom for teachers fighting against modern problems. For students, Vocabulous provides this dynamic study system, and it's driven with a algorithmic spacing program in the background. It's kind of similar to what some know as SM2 model or a super memo model, but it's designed to be modernized using AI and specifically with the input that students have given the model to keep them within a zone of proximal development. So it brings back concepts precisely when they're beginning to forget them or on the brink of forgetting. So it's not just a constant cramming of studying because maybe they remember that one, they don't need to see it. They need to focus on something specific. So it's no more overstudying and boring same things, it's a blast. It's a simple hit when they need it to keep that information, that knowledge, that vocab, that term, that idea fresh. So for teachers like me, it's a massive time saver because I can instantly generate differentiated decks with AI. I can bulk import stuff from my curriculum. I can chunk information into micro-learning segments. I can adhere to cognitive load theory, which removes this potential danger that students have for burning out and being like, it's too much. All of that is simplified with Vocabulous. The real magic, though, happens in the background, in the analytics. Vocabulous makes learning visible. Instead of just relying on sort of a post-mortem summative test that I give out on Friday, I get a real-time heat map of retention and my learners. I can see where there are issues, where learning's happening, where there's gaps. And I can intervene before the test. I can see these things. So unlike other systems that use sort of mass practice or clunky UI, Vocabulous scales with best practices, cognitive science backed to every student while giving teachers my time back. I can pull things without having to dig, without having to go through a ton of information and try to pull it all together, put together some spreadsheet. I've got it all right there on the dashboard. So my goal is with Vocabulous to help end the forgetting curve, to rethink how we study. It's not just that this is something teachers need, but this is something that is on the edge of where we see technology right now. It is something that right now you'll see in EdTech magazines. Teachers are in dire need of something that's built not just by people in the abstract, but people in the sort of quote unquote front lines. The fact that it's hopefully hitting right at the time where technology allows for massive amounts of growth. It integrates seamlessly with Google Classroom, with single sign-on, and can integrate with, hopefully down the road, with grade books to write back, so that it sort of builds in all of this system nice and smoothly. The goal is that eventually, potentially moving just beyond AI generation, but potentially localized instruction. So if a student misses something a couple times, they can step in with an AI tutor with some Socratic seminars. That's a plan down the road. All of this is right on the place where in 3-4 years, the demand for personalized learning is gonna skyrocket. The estimation is that by 2030, there's gonna be over $430 billion invested in education and AI. And as much as that is gonna grow, it does start with the teacher and in the classroom. And this is where it's gonna help me, because I can talk to that student and I can sit down with them and we can look at it together. So, thank you for listening. Check out Vocabulous. Let me know what you think.